Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome to our 11th episode of our Zombicide playthrough using the Angry Neighbors expansion. As you can see, the board's quite hectic. There's a lot going on. I do believe this is probably going to be our last episode, so stay tuned at the end and I'll conclude with some final thoughts and some discussion points, and maybe go over a little. I took a lot of snapshots of this game over time, and I might do a little pictorial at the end and just summarize it with a little video of some of the pictures and events that happened during the session. I'm thinking about adding that to all of my playthroughs. I'm not sure yet, but I got some new equipment in the form of some real nice digital camera that does uploads, downloads real well, and it's very fast. So it's been helpful, because before, when I was trying to do like clips to do picture-in-picture, is kind of rough. It was harder to do, but not anymore. Anyway, as we get on to our probably what is our final turn, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure we clear all this noise off the board, because we have already dealt with it. And you can see that there was quite a bit. I left it on the board just to show you how much shooting was happening over here. Now we do have a zombie here, and this guy is a little bit disconcerting. That's the Lost Zombivore and these two Seekers. We definitely want to try and get them done before they move into the space with our players here. We have two players, well, 3 of the players here and 3 of the players there, and these zombies are coming too. But if we can manage to collect all those guys this turn, which I think we can, there's only 1 zombie left there, we will then have won the game. Now we also have some other problems. If you can see up here, there are 4 runners. They're going to move quite quickly. And then down at the bottom we have 4 runners too. This is the one of the things that I think makes this scenario quote-unquote easy, is that you don't have to then escape with these survivors. You just have to collect them. If we had to escape, this would have been a much more difficult scenario, but we don't. And with that said, let's get on with our game. So, first things first is we take the awesome first player marker. This is actually the first player marker that came with one of the boxes. I think it was the Toxic City Mall expansion had this in it. Anyway, it's very cool. We're going to move the first player marker to Tessa, whatever, and she's going to be the first one to go. Now, she had her crossbow in hand. I do want to talk about a correction as I get to some things. I want to talk about them, because I'm not going to say it's a correction because it didn't affect the gameplay at all, but she should have been rolling 2 dice. Now, she hit both times anyway, so like I said, it had no effect when she fired a crossbow. But I got to remember these guys. When you put them in the back slots, it's sometimes hard to remember that they're there. I guess if you're only playing one character, it'd be easier. But anyway, she should have been rolling 2 dice with her crossbow, not 1. That said, let's get underway. So, she is here. Now remember, she's got a sniper scope. Normally, if you fired into a crowd like this, you'd hit either one of the players or one of the companion survivors. But because she's got the sniper scope on her crossbow, she can target whoever she wants in the next zone. So for her first thing she's going to do, she's going to shoot her crossbow in here at this zombie here. And let me just focus in and show you a little more close-up of the action there. And so that zombie's standing right next to Fred. Fred's probably yelling at her, "Hey, Dad, don't shoot!" And she's, "I got this." She shoots in and plugs the zombie. Now I'm going to remember at this time she is going to get 2 dice in her roll, so this is her first action. Okay, here we are at the dice tower, and we're going to take 2 dice, and we're going to roll them. Now you can see on her crossbow she needs a 3 or better to hit, and she's got that scope on there, so that doesn't actually do anything other than allow her to choose targets, but that's a very cool ability. So we're going to roll our normally it'd be 1 die, but we're going to roll 2 because of the gunman, who gives her a +1 on her ranged ability, and it does 2 points of damage each. So if we hit, we're going to kill that zombie. Well, she hit twice. She got 2 3s. That was very effective, so we did plug that zombie in the space, which will bump her up another experience point to, there we go, 14. So I don't think it's going to matter. We're probably not going to get any more out of this. We will remove this zombie here, and that was her first action. So for her second action, she's going to move into the room. She does not have, well, let me just double check that to be sure. I don't believe she has an open inventory spot. She does. She has 1 open inventory spot. So she's going to pick up the other gunman that's in the room, wherever he is. That's this guy here. Now, why would she do that? Just in the, normally, if we had to get out of here, for example, this would give her yet another +1 ranged die, but also she could activate them to have both of them shoot as well. So knocked Cat over by accident, but she's going to pick that one up, and as a result, we're going to draw the card for that guy, the gunman, and we're going to put it in her inventory slot. You can see this actually stacks with the crossbow, the scope, so we're going to slide this guy right back in there. He takes her last inventory slot, so we just need to cover the other 3. Now, I think I might just drop the Zom knuckles. We don't really need them. We just got to collect these guys. It's really, just in case, I don't want to drop the crossbow. But I think we'll just, for her third action, she's going to pick up a third, well, let me see, do we have to do that? I got Wanda in there, no, I got Fred in there who's got 2 open slots still, and we got Kat in there who has an open slot. That's 3. We're not going to bother with that. So she's just going to keep her stuff as it is. She's got the 2 gunmen, and that's basically, I don't see much more for her to do there other than hang around. We can't go out, we wouldn't make it out far enough to get to the other guys, and when we collect these other 3 people this turn, we will then have won the game. Anyway, just for the sake of gameplay, she takes her, so that was her first action, she shot in there. Second action, she moved. Third action, she picked these guys up. Fourth action, she's going to start heading this way with them. Why not? Her and her 2 gunmen, just for the sake of the visual on the game, that's what she's going to do. Now we're going to move on to Wanda, who is, as you can see, out here in the street facing the horde. Now, she's got her Maz shotgun and her submachine gun. Now, the submachine gun is not as good a weapon, but she does have plenty of ammo for the shotgun. Is it for the machine gun or shotgun? I can't remember which. For the shotgun, so she can re-roll a miss. So I've been debating, because you have to reload the shotgun. So she fires, reloads, she only gets 2 shots. If she uses her submachine gun, she can get 4 shots and roll more dice, but it's harder to hit. So the Maz shotgun's only a 3. She's going to end up rolling 3, 6, 9, 12 total dice with a requirement of 5. I think we're going to do that. She's going to use her submachine gun, actually. Just because I think the odds of killing more of the zombies and perhaps doing more damage to this fellow here is useful. Well, we can trade off, too. She can fire her submachine gun first, and then at the end say, I want to do 2 points damage and fire the shotgun at this guy. So let's go to the dice bowl and roll for, or the dice tower, rather, and roll for her shots. She is going to be blasting into this area. Okay, so for her first roll, she's got 3 dice. I don't think she has anything that now she has a handyman. That's not going to help her, but let's roll that. So, see, this is the problem with the machine gun. She totally whiffed. So I'm just going to drop a noise marker in there, and I think that her next shot then will be with the shotgun. And that's going to do 2 dice, but it's got a much better shot opportunity to hit, and we need to hit. But she missed anyway. Wow, so for her second action, she missed. Now, she has to reload. Man, this is a bad turn for her. Wow. And Adam, well, Adam can charge in with his chainsaw, too. I mean, we got options. I guess she'll reload, so that'll be her third action. Then for her fourth action, she will shoot again. Oh, wait. On her miss with Maz shotgun, she can reroll. So we're going to reroll that. She's got her plenty of ammo box. Okay, so that's a little better. She hit twice then and killed 2 of them. Now she doesn't get to pick and choose, so we're going to start with the regular zombies first. Take it back. The lost zombivore counts as a survivor for the purposes of targeting, which means we are always going to hit him first. Good news is she hit twice with Maz shotgun, so that's 4 points of damage. So that means he goes immediately down to 1, but not all that helpful for us because she wastes. I mean, basically, she's going to have to reload. And so first action, she shot the machine gun. Second, Maz shotgun. We rerolled on that because of her plenty of ammo. Then she has to reload the gun and then shoot again. So we're going to do that. But that's the second noise marker. At least we can clear out this lost zombivore, perhaps. Okay, let's do it again. We got 2 dice here. We're going to see if we can pop this guy. Get over with. So she got a 6 and a 4, so that's enough. We will kill the lost zombivore with the first shot. So the seeker walkers count as regular walkers. So for the first shot, she did kill that guy. That was 2 points, but still, we can't spread the 2 points out. She just kills him. That's going to give her an experience point. We'll deal with that in a minute. And then the second shot, she got 2 hits as well. So I think we'll just take the 2 seekers off. We'll hit them. And that's going to then put another noise marker on there, and she's going to get a total of 3 experience. Now 3 experience is just shy of getting her. She's at 14, so that's going to put her up 17. She's almost at getting another melee die roll or the ability of Slippery, which I like. That Slippery allows you to not have to compensate for how many zombies are in your space when you move through. You just get to move through them as if you were moving normally. So basically, it takes one action plus one action for every zombie in your space to move through it. But with Slippery, she can just blast right through all of them, which is cool. We won't need it this game, I don't think, but it's a cool ability. That's going to do it for Wanda, so let's move on to Fred. Now Fred's right here, and he says, "Come on guys, let's go!" He picks up a couple of the folks. He's going to take the, I guess since he's, well, it doesn't matter which ones he takes. He'll take this, the Handyman with him. So let's get that card out. We got the Handyman. I got it here on the table. And he'll take the Searcher with him. So these two fellows here are joining him, and we're gonna go put these. See, now he's got two slots. So he's got one here he can do, and then one back here in the back of the reserve. So he's got two slots for those guys. I mean, we're about to win, guys. I'm just wanting to do the right things and play the game out. So we got those two fellows in tow. Now, one thing I also want to mention from the last couple of rounds, Fred's Reaper combat ability is a very cool ability. We didn't really use it to its full effect. Like, for instance, it allows him to, if he kills a zombie of a type, he can immediately kill a second one. I think we had a scenario where that would have come up once or twice, and I didn't exercise the ability, so I wanted to make you aware of it. Again, I don't know what kind of impact it had on the game. He pretty much killed everything he got near anyway, but I just want to point those out because I did forget to use some of these special abilities throughout the last session or so. Anyway, that was two actions for him. So for his third action, he's going to move here, and then here for his fourth action, he's carting those guys along with him so they can get out and help the players in the street. But again, it's not going to matter because we're going to move on then from Fred to Adam. Adam's having a heck of a good time. You know, I think what he's going to do is he's going to move up to here, step into this space for his first action, and then start wielding his 6-dice chainsaw. Normally chainsaw's 5 dice, but he gets +1 melee. So he's going to go in there and try and kill all 4 of those in one shot, which would be awesome. Okay, so he's going to get to roll all of these dice. That's 6 dice with his chainsaw. He goes in there and whirs that away. He's got 4 zombies in his zone. Let's see what he gets. Well, so he killed only 2 with the first. So that's the second action. He killed 2 of them. That was a 6, right? So that we killed 2, which we'll just pop these 2 fellas here. Nice, handsome zombie couple. I'll say they were a couple. As you can see, they were dressed up to go someplace nice. She had a nice suit on, as did he, but they died in the restaurant and ended up wandering the streets in this area of the city. So let's move on. That was his first action. That's also going to give him 2 more experience, putting him up to 13 or 14. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's say it's 14. And then we're going to go back to the dice bowl. He's going to take his second swipe at the other 2. Let's gather up all his dice. Now this will be his third of 4 actions. And also I just got to remember to put a noise token down in the street with him. Not that it's going to matter because they can see everybody almost. Well, that was a heck of a roll. Check that out. 4 hits. Man, I wish there was more zombies in his space, but that's okay. We're going to take down these 2 here, and that will put another noise marker there, and then we're going to give him another 2 experience points, so I'll put him up to 16. Boom. And that's I mean, he's not going to get to the orange zone, like, so it's not really going to matter anyway, but that's his third of 4 actions, so we're going to play it safe, because this is what I would do if we were going to be continuing after his turn, and he's going to back up to the rest of the group again. Just to keep it... Oh, whoa, guys, I totally spaced on something. I didn't see him there, all these guys, this zombie's still there. So, okay, so what we're going to say is his first attack killed this one, then he moved up here, did his actions there, and that would have ended his 4th action. He would have had to stay there because his last one would have been to roll. So basically 1 to kill the zombie, 1 to move, that's 2, 3, 4 were his attacks. But I am going to go give him 1 more experience point. Okay. Suppose we should roll again, right? I mean, we definitely got them all. I'm not too worried about it, but let's roll again. So I'll make sure we're doing it right. Okay, let's make that last roll. And and yeah, he got 4 hits. He got 2 6s and 2 5s, so he definitely took out those last 2 zombies. But it did leave him in a vulnerable spot. However, again, like I said, once Kat, who's going next, claims that last survivor, we've won the game. So I think we're okay. But we're going to go do that now anyway, because that is the end of Adam's turn. Okay, so here's Kat. Kat's got a sniper with her already. She's going to pick up this other one. We're going to take the sniper card and we'll put it in her one open slot right there. And that is it. We have succeeded in the game. So there's no risk at this point of anybody being killed, of any of the survivors being killed. There are no secret zombies on the board. Let's go take a look. The only thing that's going to happen that's bad is Adam's going to end up swarmed, but he's got his chainsaw. So and the other guys can move in with their weapons and flail away as well. I'm not too worked up about their surviving that, even if we went another turn. So anyway, guys, we actually won the scenario. I didn't accidentally cheat too badly, so we actually did win this, I think, pretty well. Now, it is an easy scenario, and you saw that even though it was an easy scenario, I had some challenges. The characters took some damage, but none of them died, and that's good because I think we had to get away. I didn't say anything in the scenario about one of our main characters dying, just about the companions. So that's it. Now let's go on to some final thoughts. Now, guys, as you can see some of the pictures I'm putting up on the final board, we actually did really well in this scenario, and there's so much stuff in the game now. Like I said, I'm going to run a collage of stuff right now that shows you all the pictures I took throughout the session and just let you kind of reminisce on all the events that took place. I'm kind of going to do them except for this one batch because I'm starting from here, being kind of a chronological order. Maybe I'll do them all in a chronological order. I don't know. But I do want to, while you're watching that, I do want to talk through a couple of things. First one, what do I think of Angry Neighbors? Well, I'd like to play a harder scenario. I like the companions. I didn't use them that much, but I see their usefulness. I like the fact that they move along with the hero and have a passive ability. The one thing I wasn't so fond of with the dogs is to make sure the dog kept up with you. You occasionally had to sacrifice one of your actions just to make sure the dog was moving. And that's the companion dogs, which you didn't get to see in this scenario. Also, we have these experience cards, and I still, because I don't have rules, I don't know when to use them. So, and I'm not going to show them on screen again, or show them on screen, but the last Kickstarter, I came with all, and there's all kinds of stuff. It gives you bonuses with nightsticks and sabers and rifles and free reloads and AK-47 bonuses, all this stuff, and it's a big deck too, but I don't know how to use it. So that came, one thing, if you Kickstarted this, you got some stuff that came with no rules, such as the Murder of Crows, because if you didn't get the actual box of them, just the ones that came as part of the Kickstarter, you got nothing telling you how to use them. That's a little frustrating. And then these experience cards. Now I know I could probably poke around online, but you know, if you buy a game, and I know this is a lot of Kickstarter extra stuff, you should have all the rules you need to play the game. And it's missing a couple things. Not a crisis, but now if you are new to Zombicide and you're thinking to yourself, I like this game, I want to go get it, and I say, which one? There are so far 3 season big boxes, and then a couple of big expansions, and then a bunch of other expansion stuff like the Lost Zombivores and the Zombie Dogs, and not all of this stuff is out yet either, by the way, for retail. And then you get the extra companions and the survivors and extra zombies, and it's just, there's so much stuff that goes with this game. But if you weren't getting a Kickstarter version and you were going to invest in this game, I would suggest that probably one of the best investments you could make is to get Season 2 and Toxic City Mall, because that one really kind of enhanced the rules. You could also get Season 1 just as equally and have just as much fun with it. It's a great game if you got Season 1 by itself, and that'll be fine. If you want to be a completionist like I have been with this game, then you're going to end up with so much stuff you won't know what to do with it. But if you just want to get started and see how well you like the game, that would be my recommendation. That really has the best feel for it. The Berserker zombies are hard to kill. The only thing is you wouldn't have very many regular zombies in the game, but you got the toxic ones that you need to shoot at range, or they blow up on you. So that's kind of cool. And then this one, in the last one in this season, the Seeker zombies are nasty. I'll tell you that right now, and they have a potential to really do you a lot of damage. Now, you saw a lot of things that weren't in the Rue Morgue box for Season 3, or the Angry Neighbors expansion, for that matter, like the Very Infected People and the Murder of Crows. Those were Kickstarter bonus items. And also, I don't know, some of the items that probably got shuffled in the deck came from some of those expansions as well. I'm not sure, and I got to figure out how the heck to sort them out. Somebody online suggested that you get sleeves and you dot them so you know which box they're from. They're kind of color-coded, the seasons, so it wouldn't be too hard to do that, and that's a great idea. Can't remember who said that, but whoever did, thank you so much. And so, as far as, do you need this? No, you don't need this part of the game. I mean, it's cool, and if you're, like I said, if you're a completionist and want everything for it, then by all means, have at it. But you know, over time, see, I've done this over years with this game, so if you try to do this all at once, it would be a substantial investment in a game. I mean, I think retail, I think the base box, I don't know what it is, but if you got the Season 2 box and Toxic City Mall, that alone probably be $100 or more, I don't know. But, you know, over time it didn't feel as painful, and you got all the extra Kickstarter stuff with it. But if I tried to do this at once, it would break the bank, and that would not be okay. So you got to watch that. I do like the fact, now also, let's talk about it, the further expansions on this. There will be more, and I'm thinking to myself, there's stuff I don't have even. I didn't get everything, and if I got everything, I don't even, I mean, I just don't know what I'd do with it all. I already have over, I don't know, it must be 100 different characters at this point that you could play. Dozens of scenarios in each of the 3 seasons and their expansions, and all the online scenarios that you have online, and all the other extra stuff, zombie dogs, zombivores, you name it. I have more stuff than I will ever need for this game, so if you're looking at the future and going, hey Doug, you're going to buy Season 4? My answer is, unless something just blows my mind about Season 4, this is it for me. And I hope Cool Mini or Not and Guillotine Games starts to see that. I don't see, I know they're planning it, they're going to do it, but I don't know. I mean, if people are like me, and I've been pretty much a completionist with this for the most part, I just have too much to, I mean, it takes up a big chunk of my shelf space, a lot of stuff. But I do like Zombicide. Zombicide's a fun game. I mean, if you're a serious Euro strategy gamer, there's a lot of randomness in this, and some of the rules don't necessarily make sense to the logical mind, like why when you shoot into a room do you automatically hit survivors first. But you got to just bypass that and enjoy what it is. And what it is a game where you, now this one didn't feel that frantic, but I've played games of this where you feel like you're on the edge of death constantly. And that to me is when this game shines. I mean, you're surrounded, you got zombies everywhere, and they're getting extra activations, and runners are coming through the pack and charging you, and you feel like you're backed in a corner trying to get to an objective. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And I got the best feeling out of that, out of some of the Season 2 scenarios, and that's why I recommend that. Some of the times you just felt like in the prison scenarios where you just felt like you were trapped or cornered, and you have to fight your way out. It's good stuff. The VIPs, so the Very Infected People is a funny addition. Again, not necessary. They're just normal walkers with a set collection element to it. That's all they are. So they don't do anything special for you other than when you do finally collect them, you get a special pimped out item. And it's kind of cute. I guess if they were all painted, it'd be kind of funny to have these chefs and guys and zombies in hot dog costumes roaming the streets. And there is a second pack of those that I don't have. Like I said, as much as I have, I didn't get everything. That's insane. And we didn't see a single fatty come out in this, which is amazing now that I think about it, because they are certainly in the deck. And I'm just flipping through some cards now to see. We had some Seekers, Runners. Okay, I wouldn't have had a fatty for another 4 or 5 cards. So all the fatties got stacked up somewhere. And again, this is one of those things, and fatties basically, because you didn't see it, if you haven't played this game, when you put a fatty out, it comes with additional 2 additional walkers, and they take 2 points to kill, so they're kind of tough to beat. And yeah, they just weren't in the deck. I mean, I'm flipping through it, and they're in there still, just didn't pull them out. And I noticed that there aren't as many of them in, well, there's the Season 1 deck in here, so there's a bunch. There's also, we didn't get the big guy. The Abomination didn't come out either, so we lucked out there, because Abomination You can only kill it with a Molotov cocktail. And if you had the A-bomb from the Rue Morgue set, that guy's even tougher. He can pull people in from a space away. And just so you know, I know if you watched other episodes, you can go look online and see pictures of that. Maybe I'll take a picture of one and put it in the collage. Anyway, guys, I highly recommend Zombicide as a fun, cooperative game for people who like to play this survival-type, zombie-type games. If you don't like that, you won't like this. It's random. It's got a lot of random elements to it. I love the characters. I love the artwork is phenomenal. The miniatures look great. It's hard to say because I don't have hard to see, but because I don't have them painted. But I mean, they really do look good. And I've been challenged by some folks online and not to paint them, but there's so much. It seems overwhelming. I wish if I was a millionaire, I'd just ship them off and have somebody do it for me. But I'm not. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to leave it open for questions and commentary. We can continue the discussion. I do hope that you enjoyed the series. We made it 11 episodes, and it was fun. And the biggest challenge for me now is packing all this back up so I can get to the next thing on the table. That is going to be fun because there is so much stuff with this. It's just box after box after box. And I'm running out of storage ideas for it, and I know some people have shown me some stuff, and I've looked online. I got to really dive into that after this and see how I consolidate. I can consolidate all of this. I got boxes of stuff. It's just insane. So the only other one that compares to this for me in the amount of miniatures I have is Myth right now, and then after that, I think what's going to end up happening when I get the rest of it is Shadows of Brimstone will be in a similar view for me. Because I got all these other worlds and miniatures coming still from the Kickstarter. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed doing this session for you. I appreciate all the views and all the fun commentary. I really, really do. I can't tell you, I feel blessed to be a part of this community and of gamers and be able to share this with you and my friends that don't game and kind of get them maybe interested in some of the stuff they're seeing. So, thanks again, and I will talk to you next time. Again, I welcome any suggestions you have on playthroughs. I got Mice and Mystics on the slate. I'm not sure where that's going to fall. I've got another round of Myth to do because I promised I'd continue that scenario. I got more Shadows of Brimstone to do, and I haven't done a Touch of Evil in a long time, nor a or an Eldritch Horror. I got so much stuff to put to the table. It's kind of crazy. That I could play for you. I mean, I haven't even been putting strategic type games to the table with you guys. I also have Dead of Winter. I could do a solo version of that. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, and I think I have the Dungeon Explorer. I think it was shipped to me, the Kickstarter from that. I'm trying to kickstart the ones that have solo play stuff so I can show you those in solo mode like this. And I think I'm going to focus most of my videos on that, even though I do play a lot. Like one of my favorite games right now is Abyss. I played Patch History the other day. That was pretty phenomenal. That's a heavy game. I highly do not play that with a new gamer. They will not dig games after that. It's a brain burner. I like the game, but it's a brain burner. I also got things like Police Precinct I could take. I don't know. I got so much going on. I just don't know. Played some Arcadia Quest. I really enjoy that game. That's a fun, light game that everybody can get into. But again, not for solo play. And I also want to get Sentinels to the multiverse, Sentinels back to the table, and do some online play with that as well in my series, which is not going as fast as I would like, of my digital board series for board games that are digitized. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm being long-winded because I know you're probably looking at all the pictures and stuff as well. But I do appreciate it. Again, I give a big thumbs up to Zombicide in general. I don't think you need all this stuff with it. If you just go out and get the base game, you're going to have plenty of fun. And then if you were going to expand on that, I'd just get Season 2 and Toxic City Mall, and you're set. At that point, you don't need all this other stuff. That would be all you would ever need. If you want to pick up the extra survivors and stuff, they are cool. They have, and the artwork is so well done. The miniatures are so cool. That makes it fun. So you could do some of that on the side if you wanted to, but that'd be about it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching again. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next playthrough.